Test. 1 2 1 2. All right, we're just gonna jump right into this and give it a shot. So for those of you watching the YouTube video, I do not have a camera this week, and so you're just kind of seeing a stream kind of style. I don't really know. Yeah. So anyway, hello everyone. How are you all? Am I still recording? Sweet. Okay. So yeah, my system's kind of acting a little buggy wonky right now, and so I don't really know how this is gonna go, especially with tons and tons of people playing Trove right now. So for those of you who aren't really fully aware, this week is Ladybug Week in Trove. It's the Ladybug Invasion, and basically what that means is, quite randomly, instead of Shadow Invaders, it is ladybugs. They fall from the sky, they attack, and they try to kill you, and they explode, and they drop lots of awesome stuff. Wings and hats that are ladybug styled, and it's this week only. So if you haven't seen the Ladybug Invasion, it was an event back in Alpha, and pretty much ladybugs attacked and they brought it back. So definitely check that out. But hello everyone, and welcome to What's Up with Trove, episode 24. Real quick at the top of the show, I want to thank Audible.com for being the sponsor of What's Up with Trove this week. Audible.com is just awesome. They have tons and tons of audiobooks, and you can go there and get some audiobooks and listen to them, and they're just awesome. It's a book on tape, really, but you can go there and do a subscription or buy the book straight out, and it's pretty sweet. So definitely check them out. And I would like to also, since you guys are all listeners of the show, offer you a sweet deal of a free trial with Audible.com. And if you go to audibletrial.com/whatsupwithtrove, you will get a free audiobook, and that is free, 100% free. And you can sign up and get your audiobook. And if you really want to, you can unsubscribe after that, and you'll get to keep the book forever. That is your audiobook forever. So definitely check out audible.com. Thank you so much for being the sponsor. So, my week in Trove, as I'm sitting here camping ladybugs with about 20 other people. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out the YouTube videos, they're a blast sometimes. There's about 20 people just chilling here, dancing, and just craziness ensues. But yeah, so my week in Trove this week, I excitedly hit 200 mastery finally. It was so awesome. I got the fun gold little name this week, and it's just crazy. And I got the dragon mount, the gold dragon mount. It's just really cool. And so I finally hit 200 mastery, and I'm super excited to have that. Other than that, my week has been super busy. Trying to take my jacket off. It's rather warm. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of programming and stuff outside of game, and just a lot of real life stuff between work and teaching myself programming. So I haven't had a ton of time to play Trove. So that really has been my week in Trove. Is not really a whole lot. I think I missed a couple challenges, couple challenge dailies and stuff. So, but it's still that's what I love about Trove. Trove, you can just hop in sporadically, hop in daily or weekly or however you want to do it, and just play and get some time in, and it's awesome. So if you haven't played Trove, do check out Trove. If this is your first time listening to the podcast and you just kind of wandered in the room, first of all, welcome, hello. And second of all, just check out Trove. It's great. It's a lot of fun. So let's hop into the news. It's kind of another double week because I missed last week's episode, and so we're just kind of smushing two together. But there's not a ton of stuff going on. in Trove, just little updates, and aside from the ladybug invasion, of course. And like I said, instead of shadow invaders, basically shadow invaders are just while you're out adventuring in the world, every 10, 20 minutes or so, a random shadow invader will just pop out of the sky and attack you. And instead of the shadow invader, it's a giant ladybug. And if you're checking out the video, hopefully one or two might show up. But like I said, they have a chance to drop 2 helms and ladybug wings. So that's what everyone's after. Oh, speak of the devil, if you can't hear it. So yeah, if you're watching the video, it's chaos right now, and ladybugs are everywhere. I hope my recording doesn't mess up from this. Yeah, there's so many ladybugs. They're everywhere. Oh yeah, and then the other thing that's this week and last week exclusive is triple adventure chest drops. And pretty much all of the adventure chests that have ever dropped in Trove have a chance to drop last week and this week only. So make sure you hop in game and try to get some adventure chests. They contain mounts of all different sorts. Oh, there we go. There's the light. The lag is over, and now I can return to focus. I lost focus there for a minute. But yeah, so pretty much the on top of the invasion, this is why I can't get distracted. So yeah, pretty much the adventure chests drop at triple the rate, and all of them are able to be dropped this week. And basically you can get any of the adventure chests, including the Adventurer's Neon Dragon, the Buddy Bungee chest, and Phoenix, and the fried sushi mounts. All of them are back, and they are just here for the 2 weeks, and then we don't know if they're going to be gone, or if they're doing a big massive wipe, or what. So they're just dropping. So if you're missing any of those mounts, now is the perfect time to hop in and get them, because there's a small chance, and this is just my suspicion, that they might be removing them from the game after that. So we'll see. That's not confirmed. That's just my little hunch that they will be gone, but I don't know anything until they do anything. There are a couple people in terms of Trove marketing for flux and money and whatnot. If you're a guru like that, I've heard 2 different responses in terms of how to use this event to your advantage, and that's one to open up all of the chests and just sell the mounts right out, because the mounts, just because you get a chest to drop doesn't guarantee that you're going to get a mount. And so you can open up the chest and, excuse me, oh, I hope I muted that. I don't think I did. I don't think that muted. I'm so sorry. Nope, that didn't mute. Whew. I was just eating jerky before the podcast. Do not do that. That is not a wise decision. Oh, where was I? Whew, that was crazy. So yeah, there are 2 things that people are doing. One is opening up the chest and hoping to get a mount, and then selling that mount for 30 or 40k flux. And then the other half of the suspicion is that if they remove all of the chests after that, the chests themselves will go up in value. And so it's a 50-50 shot. You can either open it up and sell the mounts, or save the chests and sell the mounts later. I personally am saving all of my chests, and then I'll sell them later, or open them up later, depending on how the market changes. That it all depends next week what they choose to do, and nobody actually knows what's going to happen until it actually happens. So let's see what else. So last week there was a trade change. There's been a lot of abusing the previous trade system with putting wrong items in, taking items out at the last second, and just like putting false items, items that have the same look as like a common one was the the dance pad. There's a construction or building like item that looks very similar to the dance pad. And so what people would do is they'd put the dance pad in and then take the dance pad out and switch it with this dance pad lookalike. And the people who were buying it would think they're getting the dance pad and end up with the decoration. And so what Trove has done is they added what's called a two-step confirmation process to, it sounds so official saying it out loud, but they added what is a two-step confirmation. So you and the person you're trading with are going to put the items into the trading post, and then both players have to lock in their trade. So after both players lock in the trade, they will it will ask you if you want to confirm the trade. So there's a pause time now in between the locking in and both players hitting to confirm the trade. So you actually have a chance to double check and make sure that the item you are receiving for the trade or the value or anything to do with all of that is all fine and dandy and that you're not getting scammed. So, and this is a great change. This is a change that's needed to go in for a long time, and it's finally going in, and I'm so glad to have it in game now. So, definitely going to reduce the amount of trade hacking, or not trade hacking, but trade scamming, and another shadow evasion. This is really good radio for all of this going on here. Hold on. So shadow tower chests. Let's talk about those for a real quick second. I'm lagging. Hold on. Yeah, I can't multitask here. Maybe this will get edited out of the audio. I don't know. We'll see. This is insanity. I can't see what's going on. They're all the ladybugs are just in a hole, and everyone's just mobbing the ladybugs, and they're just everywhere. Oh my gosh, this is insane. There's just a huge hole where the ladybugs were, and it's just chaos. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's insane. Okay, so back to where I was. So shadow towers. Previously, shadow towers just dropped a chest, and you'd get your items from the chest, and you'd get your little currency token things from whichever mode you were doing. Now, on top of those dropping, there is a small chance that each boss can drop a trophy or a mount, as well as items for like you get your equipment drops. But then now you also have a small, very small, but decent small. It's a small chance, a small chance to receive a mount or a trophy from that boss. I actually got the Spike Walker's mount, and it's basically a little Spike Walker that you ride around on, and it scurries, and it's adorable. It uses the spider skeleton, so it's cute, very awesome and adorable. And now someone's throwing piñatas. It's everywhere. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Wow. Okay. Where was I? Okay, piñatas are gone. Okay, so tomes. A couple of tomes also received a buff as well. This is so weird to do audio and video all at the same time. This is just bizarre. The change, I might get used to it. We'll see what happens next week. But tomes. So a couple tomes got a buff, mainly the eye tomes. So the regular eye tome previously dropped 10 eyes, and now it drops 15. And the legendary eye tome used to drop 300, and now it drops 400. So if you're a fan of using the the eye legendary tome or the regular tome, you'll now receive more eyes whenever you fill up your tome experience bar. The legendary tome is still a weekly lockout though, so I still prefer the Chaos Codex. But it's up to the player depending on what they need. If they need eyes, then they need eyes. The Shaper's Vision chest, one of the chests that you can buy from the Shadow Arena after completing, or not Shadow Arena, the Shadow Tower. After completing the Shadow Tower and getting your currency, one of the items you can buy for that currency is a Shaper's Vision box, and it's kind of like the chest that you. It's kind of like the Chaos chest. It's got its own loot, but instead of items and stuff, it drops mainly flux and occasionally quadra and pentaforged souls. So one of the flux drops, it drops flux in a set increment of like 3,000, 6,000, and 9,999, and they basically upped the 3,000 flux drop to 3,500. So now, if you get Shaper's Vision boxes, you'll get more flux. Basically, is what that ends up being. That's really about it for the news this week. Couple things in the store this week. We got a new costume pack, and I think all of the classes, or most of them, got a new costume. The Tomb Raiser got the Funeral Pharaoh costume. The Lunar Lancer got the Monkey King costume. The Boomeranger actually got two costumes, the Comic Hero and the Magic Man costume, which I really like. I really like the Magic Man costume because it's a tuxedo, and when you throw your bombs, you actually throw a top hat filled with flowers. So you're kind of like a magician. It's the coolest thing ever. It actually got me to change from my pilgrim outfit to a magic tuxedo wearing man that throws hats full of flowers and blows everything up. The pirate captain got the shipyard scavenger costume. The ice sage got the Sakura Sage costume. The Dracolite got the Mecha Dracolite, which I haven't seen yet. I haven't checked it out. I might have to check it out later this afternoon. But I've been hearing lots of good things about that costume and that it looks really cool. So I'll have to check it out and actually see what it looks like. But and then the Fey Trickster got the Night Owl costume. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 costumes added, and you can go on the store and pick those up all together for $20 or whatever the currency translation is for your location. The Patron Pass also got a slight buff. That is Trove's monthly subscription. Or bi-monthly, or either monthly subscription or 5-day subscription. Or is it 5? I can't remember. Oh my gosh. I just threw it on auto pay. 15 or 30-day subscription, I'm sorry. And basically, instead of getting 2 Chaos Factor, you receive 4 Chaos Factor now from that. So instead of receiving 2 bonus Chaos chests every day, you receive 4 if you're a patron. So this is great. I love it. I thought the Patron Pass was already awesome, and so they just made it even better with this buff towards the Patron Pass. So let's see, new costume packs, new other stuff, and then just a bunch of miscellaneous changes over the past week or so. More styles, and more styles were added to the game, and more, let's see what else was added. Epic Pose will hide the player names now, so whenever you do /epic pose on your mount, it will no longer show your name, which is pretty sweet for screenshots. I don't really do the epic pose thing very often. I tried it when it first dropped, and it kind of lost its charm just because I don't take a ton of screenshots. So, but if you're into the whole epic pose game, then that is there, and it's better. So, and one other really nice, really big, and awesome change is, someone's throwing pinatas again. Here we go. So another awesome change this week is item drops. When you have multiple bags, you will be able to, or yeah, wow, see, distractions. So when an item drops, previously it would just drop and go into whatever bag was open, and items wouldn't stack with other items. It would just go and sit in your bag. And if that bag had stacks of it, then they would stack together. That sounds really confusing, but it makes sense in just a second. But so basically now, if you have more than one bag, and that's really who this change kind of goes out to, is items now will stack perfectly, I guess, if that makes sense. Say I have a stack of shapestone, or not a full stack, but like 100 shapestone in my second bag, and I'm running around adventuring and I get some shapestone. Instead of the shapestone just starting a new stack in my first bag, it will automatically go to the second bag. So this is really great for organization and people like me who are just crazy organized and want to have everything stacked nicely. I can store my flux nice and safely in my other bags now because it will automatically go into the proper bag. So, and that's a wonderful change. A lot of people have been asking for that, for that to be fixed, because it was actually a bug previously. And so now that it's fixed, it's really great, and Trove just keeps improving. It's wonderful. The other thing, the last little bit of news, is that, and it kind of ties in to bug fixes, is clones. How cloning is an affix that's attached to bosses and Shadow Tower bosses and whatnot, Shadow Arena bosses. And basically, what would happen is a boss would have the clone affix and it would clone itself, and then that new clone would have clone, and then it would just create an endlessly spiraling circle of clones. And so now clones can no longer clone clones. If you visualize it, clones can no longer clone clones. So I guess in other words, you could say, I found a fun little meme on the internet. It says, "Yo dog, I heard you liked clones." So I put a clone affix on the clone I just cloned. So they fixed it, and clones can no longer have clones of themselves. The boss will just make a clone. When that clone dies, the boss will make another clone. So it's it's a sad fix, but it's a fix nonetheless. So lots of bug fixes going around, and so that's really it. That's about it. I don't really have a community spotlight this week, but I do want to do a shout out to the club. Alan is awesome. My name is Alan, and I saw a guy who was in the club. Alan is awesome. And so that was pretty sweet. I know it's not directed at me, but it made me smile because I'm awesome. Just like everything. Everything is awesome. And now that song will be stuck in your head for the rest of the day. And if you haven't seen the Lego movie, you should totally go watch it. It's hilarious and awesome. It's a movie about Legos and the story of a Lego dude and his adventures. It's great. And then I also want to give a shout out this week to Raw Beard in Voxel Busters. I was at Mastery level 199, and I needed one more mount. And actually, to get even closer to it, I needed 20 Steed Feed to finish it. And so I asked if anyone was selling Steed Feed, and he just gave me the 20 Steed Feed, which gave me my mount, and I got the Infinium Pemborg, and that gave me my 200 mastery. So big thanks. You're awesome. You're the best. So thank you so much. And then the future Trove, it's not really a spoiler, more or less hype and excitement for the future. And that's auction houses are coming. They are coming soon and fast and furious. On the live stream, they talked about, and they actually showed pictures of it, and you can go in and you can use different types of currencies, and so you can sell Glim for mushrooms. And so if I wanted to sell 1,000 Glim for 2,000 mushrooms, just throwing random things out there, random numbers. Note that's not actually the market value for Glim 2 mushrooms because I don't actually know what it is. But if I wanted to sell 1,000 Glim for 2,000 mushrooms, I can do that. And this is great. My main concern with an auction house was that right there, that I wouldn't be able to customize my sales and get the price that I wanted as a player. And it stopped them from getting a generic currency. What I mean by a generic currency is Flux. Flux is the main currency, but it's never been established by the producers of, by the developers and the producers of Trove that Flux is the main currency and that it's meant to be the end-all be-all. If they made an auction house and they said everything will be done in Flux, then that confirms that Flux is the actual end-all be-all currency for Trove. And so the fact that they took the time to develop an auction house that not only you can go in and specify what and for how much that you want the items, you can just go really crazy with it. Avram was saying that if you wanted to take 1,000 Glim and sell it for 10,000 Glim, you could totally put it up on there for that if you really wanted to. Not that anybody would buy it, but you could. And so that just kind of shows how customizable this auction house is. So I am really, really excited, and this will be coming in a matter of weeks. We just had to wait for it. And so that's really going to be it for this show. Yeah, that's really it. Like at the beginning of the show, I do apologize for the long wait in between shows, but my schedule just kind of comes and goes. So I try to do the podcast weekly, but sometimes it's bi-weekly. And depending on the news and all that other stuff. But that's really going to be the show for this week. For the audio listeners, I want to thank you for sitting through my quote-unquote Let's Play video, even though it wasn't really fully a Let's Play. My mind I can't multitask, and so if an invasion happens and I'm talking, it doesn't really work so well. I get distracted. So it's crazy, it's insane, but we'll see. So yeah, and that's really it. If you want to find me on Twitter, you can follow me at Alan91330. You can find me in-game or on the forums as Tiny, Tiny. You can email the show, whatsupwithtrove@gmail.com. You can find the show notes at whatsupwithtrove.blogspot.com. And then you can also find the show, you can find the video for the show at YouTube. It's What's Up with Trove. And then you can find the audio or the MP3 download on various many sites like SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, and just a bunch of different places. If there's somewhere that you want to listen to it but it's not there, let me know and I will try my best to get it out there. My goal is to make the podcast as accessible and for anyone who is interested in listening to it, to be able to listen to it if they would like to. So I know podcasts aren't for everybody, but the amount of people that would like to listen, that's really who the podcast is for. So I want to make it the best that I can for those people. And that's really going to be it for this week. Yeah, so I will see hopefully everybody next week, if not in 2 weeks, just depending on my schedule. And I will see you all later in the future. Bye. Oh yeah, I'm waving at the screen, but there's nobody who can see me because I don't have a camera this week. That's kind of scary. And good luck with the mounts. Oh, one more thing before I go. If you're still sticking here, this is kind of a bonus MMO RPG. Curse is no longer doing their giveaway. It's over. But for the past 2 weeks now, MMORPG.com has been giving away, I want to say it's the Domo Arigato Cat or something. Let me look and see which one so I can tell you, so you can look for it if you wish to get it. Cat mounts. No, it's a store mount, not a cat mount. That's even better. I think it's the Daime Out. The Daime Out. If you go to MMORPG.com and register for an account there, they're giving away, I think, in total 40,000 Dimey outs, and they're free. You can just go there, register for an account, no promo code, no nothing. Just go there, register for an account, and you'll find the giveaway on there for Trove. Currently, right now, there are 7,002 keys for Dimey outs, and you can just go there, get a key, plug it into your Trove account, or get a key, give it to your friends, or get a key and save it later. Save it for later. Totally up to you what you do for it, but it's a free mount. So if you have an MMORPG.com account, definitely check that out. They're awesome, and even if you don't play Trove, it's a free mount. So go check that out. And that's really gonna be it. And now that's actually it. And now I can stop. Now I can stop the show button somewhere around there. I was about to click it, then I remembered that last thing. So, all right, I will see you guys in the next week or two. Bye.